You want to be Kamen Jojo, and welcome to the fourth installment in my room tour series. So this is the fourth time in a row I'm doing this, and so not much has changed from this year from last year, because the last three videos, yes, things have switch around, like I have organized things differently, or put them in different places in order. But from this year's to last year, not much has really changed. So yeah, it'll mostly be the same. So yeah, Final Fantasy 7 head. Yeah, let's begin. I guess let's start here with my door. As you can see, I have this Power Rangers Dino Fury poster, which I actually had this poster for quite a while, but I never hanged it because I wanted to get like a nice frame for it. But then I was like, yeah, there's not really no point for that, because this was a cheap dollar store, poster, $3. So yeah, I guess there's really no point for it. So I just taped it. I should have done this a while ago, but yeah, it's a nice poster. The real soldiers have very nice outfits, and also so that's why Dino Fury chose to adapt it, because dinosaurs always sell well. But yeah, here still have this. It's this very nice figure. It's like this old school Toy Biz Peter Parker figure. Really nice figure. I actually would like to collect more Toy Biz mint card figures, like either the 90s one that were 5 inches, or the 2000s Marvel Legends. I would like to start a sort of this nice small collection of and hang them on the wall. I think it would look pretty nice. Like the one I want to get is the 2000s Spider-Man classic figure, the original one. I think mint and card, and I think that would look pretty nice. But yeah. And then this shelf for Marvel stuff. I still have this very old beaten up Spider-Man Homecoming poster, but I had for quite a while. Yeah, sorry if the lighting's kind of dark here. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's a basement, so the lighting isn't necessarily the best. But this is, I guess it's the best I could get. But yeah, anyways, yeah, here's just some random stuff. Well, not that random, but yeah, I just have my cinematic Spider-Mans. Have all 3 of them, alongside the Miles one from the game, and the nice Venom movie figure. And here I have this cool display of typical Spider-Man / Peter Parker, sort of nice Peter Spider-Man dilemma. Then here I have some other Iron Man Marvel Legends. I would like to eventually to have a display of Hall of Armors for Iron Man, but for right now I just don't have that much. But yeah, that's what I have. And then I still have this old school Mighty Monk that I had for I had this figure for almost 10 years, I think. No, I think it's been 11 years. So yeah, very nice figure. Then here we have, I guess, the Deadpool doll. It talks. It's very cute, alongside with the Wolverine Funko Pop from the movie. Yeah. And my own reputation of the Insomniac Advanced Suit Spider-Man. I do not have the Marvel Legends because I don't know, the Marvel Legends they did for this was pretty lazy, which is a comic figure with the whole spider painted, even though the suit's supposed to have a bunch of textures. So yeah. Oh, hopefully they eventually make a proper Insomniac Spider-Man with the proper texture so I can get it. But yeah, pretty disappointed that, but oh well. Then it's just my Disney Infinities, which those Disney Infinities have pretty cool. I almost have most of the Marvel ones. I'm only missing 8, I think. But yeah, kind of sad they canceled them. Nice if they would have continued and gotten so many characters. But yeah. Then I actually have 3 Star Wars ones, not really a Star Wars guy, but yeah. And just some 12-inch Marvel Legend figures. I still need to get more Wolverine, Hulk, Black Panther, Thor, but hopefully they're not that expensive. But yeah, and yeah, so it's pretty dusty here. My shelves have a lot of dust because it's a basement. So this room is kind of ugly because it's filled with dust and a bunch of spider webs, because again, it's in the basement. So yeah, it's kind of my excuse, but well, actually it's true. But yeah, hopefully in my next room there isn't none of that. But yeah, so yeah, this was this shelf. Then moving on to let's go here. Here I have my sort of like my Blu-ray slash video game collection. On top here have my Tokusatsu Blu-ray, so I have like the okay, I guess I have some Kamen Rider games, my Kamen Rider Blu-rays, which kind of stopped doing. I hope they eventually, hopefully they do every Heisei one in Blu-ray and Reiwa, but who knows if they will. Then you have the sort of the Heisei Godzilla movies and Blu-ray. Then the Garo set, which I heard that they're returning and doing more Garo Blu-rays, which is pretty cool. Then I guess it's not Tokusatsu, but here have the Resident Evil CGI movies, which are almost have all of them, only missing like one of them. But yeah, they're like definitely way better than the live action ones. Then here's my Ultraman Blu-ray slash DVD collection. Like I'm pretty happy with this. I almost have all of them. I'm only missing like I think like 4 or 5 Blu-rays. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Have like Showa, Heisei, and Reiwa. Yeah, the only problem is that I'm not sure why they did the Heisei stuff in DVD instead of Blu-ray. I think it's because they didn't really have the masters of them. But recently, Japan, they released a Tika in Blu-ray, so hopefully that means that they can eventually Milk Creek make like this Ultraman upgrade into Blu-ray. If they do that, as soon as they announce like one of those seasons in Blu-ray, I'm straight up going to sell all of this. I'm going to sell all of this, so I can upgrade them to the Blu-ray ones. But yeah. Fox here have that's the Shin Ultraman Blu-ray, which this is actually bootleg. I think it's a Chinese bootleg because the physical English release, the original one, was filled with a bunch of errors. Like they had to like replace the disc like multiple times. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to do that. So yeah. Here I have like some Ultraman chips, Cheetos that my sister got them to me like 2 Christmas ago. But yeah, still have the bag. But yeah, so here we have my Yakuza, or like a dragon, or Ryogaku Toku, whatever you want to call it, or game series collection. So yeah, I really like this game series a lot. And it's pretty cool. I discovered it like 6 years ago, back in 2019. But yeah, have like the plushies. Those 2 plushies look very cute, very adorable, and equally as adorable as the ducks. And it says minions, Kyryu's duck. I'm not sure why it's here, but yeah, I would like to also get the Yakuza and androids that just came out, but unfortunately, I think they're out of stock in most places. And of course, the eBay sellers are, have them on sale on eBay for double the price, which. Yeah, that sucks. Like what, $70? It's like what, 70 more would be like 140, I think. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all. But yeah, let's see. Maybe they'll make bootlegs, and I'll get the bootlegs. But I also kind of want to get the original ones, and who knows? But yeah, a 7 steelbook, and here I have all the games. Next, I would like to also also get the original Japanese versions of all the games. Well, maybe not all of them, but like up to like 0 maybe. Because I have a few of them. So yeah, because I think it would look pretty nice having the original versions. They're cheap on eBay. So yeah, I think that would be pretty nice to have. Then I should have my games, all my video game series that I have for like let's see. Yeah, Assassin's Creed, Marvel, Mortal Kombat, Resident Evil, some like action games like Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, yeah, Ninja Gaiden also. Here has some like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, and a bunch of fighting games, Dragon Ball games, Then here's just some random stuff. But yeah, as you can see, I have my games organized by like franchises and like genres instead of consoles, because first of all, I guess my collection isn't really that big. It's not like I'm one of those guys that literally collects every game that exists. So for me, yeah, I think it's probably better just to have them organized by series. But yeah, pretty happy with this. Oh yeah, I forgot to. It's my Shinbu dock. Yeah. Then I guess here I have my desk with, bin with like sort of old figures, Then a bunch of like boxes of like stuff. Then here's my desk, which here I have my entire leaf JoJo, the JoJo manga, like parts 1 to 6 complete. You know, I'm pretty happy with this collection. It looks pretty nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll get part 7, because part 7 would be like 12-part covers, and so will part 8, and probably part 9. You know, that's like what, like, be like 60, like 70 more volumes. It's just like too much. Like, I think I'll probably stop part 6. I'll probably, you know, watch the anime of part 7, you know, onwards. But when it comes to collecting the manga, I think I'll stop it at part 6. Just too much money, too much space, you know. Yeah, and then in front of them I have a bunch of like miscellaneous figures, which like this red ninja, which the teacher gave me in one of my classes. The Terry Bogard Nebo, the school Scorpion Sub-Zero figures. I forgot the line, but they're pretty cute. Wish they would have, you know, done the entire roster of MK2. Would have been dope, but yeah. Then you have those pretty cute die-cast metal Jada toys Sonic figures. So got like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and the Edgelord himself, Shadow. Then have those cute sort of like the trio of the Hedgehogs and their, you know, cars, you know, silver, you know. Then random supersonic figure. Then the Nebo, Cloud, and Sephiroth figures, which look pretty nice. Then have the Tiger and Bunny figures. They look pretty cute, you know. I really enjoyed that anime a lot. It's like very obscure anime that not that much people have really seen, but if you've seen it, it's pretty good. Definitely would recommend. If you're a superhero fan, I think you would like it. They got the 2 CEOs from like NECA, you know, Brotherhood and Revelations. I wish I would make more of them, but this sort of stuff. Oh, I also forgot. I also have the Spoke Rohan Kishibe stuff. Yeah, the 3rd volume should be released in like English, hopefully next year. Then here I have some books, some sort of like visual guides or visual history art books, you know, of like franchises I'm a fan of. Like, let's see, Spider-Man, Power Rangers, Godzilla, Assassin's Creed, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, King of Fighters, Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, Kingdom Hearts, and like Final Fantasy 7, 15, 16. And I have the JoJo and Dragon Ball books. But yeah, pretty nice. I also have some like protein stuff, like protein bars and protein like powder, because, you know, I'm trying to be more, you know, more healthy, you know, more like productive. But yeah. Then I have my sort of my mini Godzilla collection. Don't really have that much, you know. Don't really have anywhere else to display them, so I sort of just have them here. Like, you know, a nice plushie I got for my birthday, a nice Funko, those 2 sort of like blind bag figures, and like the NECA Godzilla and King Kong. And I also have this like JoJo and like refrigerator things. I forgot what they're called, like metal stuff, like, you know, magnetics. But yeah, I also have a bunch of boxes, if you haven't noticed, like action figure boxes spread around my room, because I actually have a bunch of like boxes like in my closet. But yeah, just at first I was like, you know, keeping all my boxes, but I'm at the point where I guess there's really no point. They're just taking out a bunch of unnecessary space. So what I'll do, I'll probably like throw them away like into summertime, and going to like organize all the boxes, you know, and like throw them away. And, you know, the ones I really like, I'll try to like cut off and save the artwork, like sort of like the Kamen Rider ones. But yeah, I'll see. It'll be like massive disaster, but yeah, that'll happen next summer. But yeah, well, I also forgot to show you guys, have my Gact collection. You know, I really like Gact's music, and Gact himself is a very interesting person. So yeah, I have like most of his like important albums, like the games, and I even have the PS2 game. But yeah, pretty neat. Then just some other stuff like the Garo magazine for the Toku show. Like, so, you know, Roland, the host, you know, he's also like similar to Gact. So, you know, I got his books sort of to try to read them, you know, translate them, and, you know, learn his philosophy. But yeah, just some other like Kamen Rider Kuga manga. I didn't really get that far with it. An extra of the Kamen Rider game and the Art of War book. But yeah, then here's like sort of like some like random like books, comics, guides, you know, not really that crazy. As you can see of how heavy the books are, you know, this can't even close, like sort of like bend it. Hopefully it doesn't like break and everything falls, but I think it should be fine. Then here we have my one of my bins where I have like action figure accessories / books, like paperwork and like, you know, important stuff. And have this pretty nice like, Spider-Man trading card set, which I made the short of it, so you want to watch it, you guys can watch it, so you guys can have better view. If you guys are curious about that. We have some trash, which mostly have water bottles, some shoes, some like bags with all like school papers and whatever. I have the Spider-Man like wall art, which I don't really know where to hang, but yeah. Then I have this cool like art piece my teacher did to me in 3rd grade because it was like an operation for my leg. But yeah, pretty cute. It's like nice Spider-Man like hang thing I got from Mexico. I'm still have it like all these years later. Pretty nice. That head hanging. Then here I have my book collection, my books. So yeah, as you guys can see, I have my Spider-Man omnibuses. Like I have like a bunch of them, like a pretty good majority of them like got like the original, like Untold Tales, like the original. Also Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, John Romita, Lin Wayne, and Jerry Conway, all that like original comics. They're pretty good. And, finally was able to read those classic stories the way they were meant to be read. But yeah, pretty happy. Then going here, have some like McFarlane, Eric Larson, Bagley, and Clone Saga stuff, the 90s stuff, which I haven't gotten around to reading of this era. Which, I really want to read this era very badly because I just think the artwork looks so edgy, so cool. But yeah, I'll eventually get to it. And then it's just like Spider-Man 2099 and like entirely the Ultimate Spider-Man run up to the Miles stuff, the original Bendis Miles one. And I guess sort of the Invincible hardcovers, the entire saga. But yeah, I also have, as you guys can see, just like a bunch of like sort of like small like cute figurines of Spider-Man, like displayed next to the books. And I really like it. It looks pretty cute, like having sort of like small figures next to the books, and it creates a pretty nice display. Very I don't know, I'm pretty proud of this. But yeah, I have this cute typical Peter / Spider-Man Dilemma Funko Pop, which one of my sisters got me for my birthday, like last year. Then have sort of the Jada Toys, die-cast metal Spider-Man figures, which sort of the Spider-Verse and some like symbiotes, like Goblin. But yeah, they look pretty darn cute. Then just some like Lego Spider-Man, this vehicle, and those pretty cute plushies of Peter and Miles. Then you sort of have the old school, like original 2007 Spider-Man 3 Superhero Squad sets, which I love those ones. I almost have a complete run. Unfortunately, just a few of them are quite rare, but I really like those ones a lot. I had a few of them set when I was a kid. They're like pretty nostalgic, pretty nice set. Pretty happy with having them. Then I guess my only representation of Invincible is like sort of like this blind bag figures, which I actually did make a video about them. But yeah, pretty cute. Then below here have some like other manga. Because first I'll have the Radiant Black comic, which I haven't read the series yet, but I'm pretty excited to read it. The second hardcover should come out next year, but yeah. Also got the Vagabond hardcovers. So far I only have 3. If you guys remember, I used to have the Vagabond trade paperbacks, like the regular ones, but now I upgraded them to the hardcover ones they're just releasing. So yeah, pretty happy with them. And here I have like sort of like another Roman book, like the original Kamen Rider and Super Sentai manga. Wish they would have done more of those, but yeah. Then I have almost entirely the Fist of North Star manga. I'm only missing like 3 volumes, but yeah. Hopefully next year I can get those 3 volumes and I can go ahead and finish the series, because I last left at volume 10. But yeah, also have this pretty cool Jonathan and Joseph Joestar figures, which one of my siblings got me for my for Christmas. So yeah, pretty happy with those. Yeah, they'll eventually make more like Jotaro, more Joestars and some villains. So yeah, definitely will pick more of them. Like it'd be cool to have like all the Joestars and like maybe all the villains and some other side characters. But yeah, pretty cool. Like pretty cool figures. I'm pretty happy with them. They look pretty sick. So, I haven't had any JoJo figures, even though I'm a JoJo fan. It's been like got into series like 5 years ago. But yeah, plus my channel's like Kamen Jojo. So yeah, finally have some JoJo figures. And here in the bottom, it's just sort of like some like my action figure accessory pins, which yeah, I think I should like probably make short about them because it looks that would be cool. But yeah, some like random like Lego Marvel games and like Spider magazines, some random Siren figures. Then here in Sweden, just some boxes, nothing really interesting. Here I have my crappy computer, which I definitely need to upgrade to a better computer eventually. But yeah, then I guess this is my bed where I sleep, which is like nice Spider-Man blanket, which looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'll try to save it, for my entire life until I die. But yeah, that's how much I have a connection to this blanket. But yeah, some towels, some pillows, it's where I sleep. But yeah, then I have sort of, it's like, oh yeah, some like more boxes, Power Rangers. Then some nice wall art of like, you can get them everywhere in like stores. Marvel, like classic Marvel, classic Spider-Man, John Romita Senior cover. Then have another classic John Romita wall art. Then it's nice Marvel comic, the old school Marvel comic logo. Then have another pen, but I think this one mostly has like action figure accessories, some other action figure stuff. And Then I guess we should start with my action figures, which I tried to save them at last. So yeah, I have like almost like 4.5 like tall shelves of like just nothing but action figures, and it looks pretty impressive. Like, I guess of how much I'm in this room every day, I kind of like feel neutral about it. But when people enter here for the first time, or they don't really enter here, they're like impressed by this. And even me, sometimes I'm like walking around, like I see this, I'm like, damn, I have a bunch of figures. But yeah, pretty happy with the figures. Let's start with my Marvel Legends, which is my main line, my favorite action figure line to collect. The main pride and joy. But yeah, I have like sort of like my Avengers, sort of like the Avengers. And I guess, yeah, like some Fantastic Four, yeah, pretty happy with this one. Although I guess I need to upgrade like some of those figures, like for example, like the Ant-Man, they released a better Ant-Man, or like the Hawkeye, they released a better Hawkeye and Black Widow, and like, so yeah, I definitely need to upgrade some of those figures, like the newer versions. But with the meanwhile, I have like sort of those placeholders, which look also decent at the time. But yeah, then have this one straight up awesome. This is the 90s X-Men Jim Lee, 90s 94 cartoon ones, which are probably the definitive version of the X-Men, the most iconic X-Men outfits. But yeah, I'm also pretty proud of this one. I almost have like all the characters. I think one of the only really major ones I'm missing is Psylocke, which was recently released in a 2-pack with Thanos, which unfortunately that 2-pack is kind of expensive, because it's Target exclusive. But I heard they recently restocked a bunch of them. Plus, it's only Hasbro. They'll probably re-release her, like by herself, like maybe in a retro card, or who knows how. But yeah, so that's why I guess hopefully next year I can get her, like a re-release would be nice. Then sort of Spider-Man villain shelf. So I have like Spider-Man, like his like sort of like classic rogues gallery, like Sinister Six, like Dr. Octopus, sort of like the gangsters, pretty cool. Yeah, but I know Puma doesn't really fit here. I'll eventually replace him with Jackal, and he will also be in the Steam Post. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this Spider-Man one. Then I guess moving on, here has sort of my Avengers villains, sort of like the this one's kind of messy. I have like those two guys just talking here, like they also have like missing a bunch of important main villains, like Abomination. I'll get the new one, and like Mandarin, Red Skull. But I still have some major ones like Taskmaster, Ronan, Doctor Doom, Thanos, obviously, like Loki, and Ultron. But yeah, pretty cool. Like also I really like this mode. Like, looks so funny, stupid, but yeah, pretty cool. Then here have the X-Men villain shelf, and this one's straight up awesome. This is definitely one of my favorite ones. Just X-Men, they just have like an awesome rogues gallery. Have basically most of the major important villains. But yeah, I was pretty happy with this, and I have it filled with figures, and just the X-Men villains. It looks pretty nice. I even have like here, guys remember the Hulk vs. Wolverine movie? Those four were the bad guys in that movie, but yeah, pretty cool. Then it's just like some other, sort of like some like other Spider-Man slash other street level characters and symbiotes, and like, yeah, this one doesn't really look that cool just yet at first, and looks like half of those my Marvel Legends displays, you know, are not that really organized because, you know, I just don't have enough figures to, like, you know, make the display make sense and, you know, cohesive. So yeah, but for the meanwhile, I guess that's what I have. You know, like this Venom lot and like just like Daredevil, both sides pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm not sure what just happened there, but yeah. Then here I have sort of like my secondary adventure shelf, like sort of like this Wolverine, like, you know, some other characters. Ultimates, Iron Man, and Captain America. I hope they do eventually a Hulk. They hope they, I mean, yeah, Hulk and Thor one, so they can accompany the Iron Man, Captain America one. Yeah, the Ultimates are not that good of a comic series. It's like very edgelordy and very boring. But when it comes to the figure designs, I think they look pretty nice. And also with the Red Hulk, some like Frogman, the goofball. Then I have sort of my other Avengers villains, you know. And I have like the Iron Patriot, like those very nice Diamond Select Titanium Man and Crimson Dynamo. Sort of like, again, I need to upgrade them, put the crossbow into the newer one, which looks way better. And also like Oleg and like and the Destroyer, you know, and some Thor villains, some heavy hitters, and the bottom's just some sort of some like other X-Men and then some like other X-Men villains. Yeah, you can see the spiderwebs dust. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, pretty happy with my Marvel Legends collection. Then after that, here we have my sort of like my more figures. Have my Figurized standard Kamen Rider figures, which I'm pretty happy with those ones. I think they look pretty nice. You know, they're, you know, N scale with sort of like Lightning collection, because, you know, SH figure arcs are a bit shorter and more expensive. But yeah, pretty happy with those figures. You know, they made it, they could amount, you know, they made all the main Heisei riders and, like, you know, handful of forms. You know, pretty happy with this display. Although right now they've been recently quite slow with them, they haven't really been releasing that much. Like, I need to get the 01, which I still don't have, but yeah. That's the only like SH figure arcs I have, the Endok Placebo from Kuga, the original one. But yeah, pretty nice. I hope they eventually could like make more, like if they make all the secondary riders, that would be nice. But yeah, pretty happy with those Kamen Rider figures. Then it's just the same MMPR display I had for years since my first room tour. You know, this looks pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with how it, you know, looks even after all these years. I haven't changed it at all, basically. You know, just pretty happy with this. Then here in the bottom we have some Transformers. I guess Transformers, I unfortunately haven't really been paying that much attention to them because they're like, you know. But yeah, I know, like this year I haven't gotten any Transformer figure, and last year I think the only one I got was the Bumblebee. But yeah, hopefully I can get a few more like later down the line. But I have most of the, you know, important ones one would want in a Transformers collection. Of course, I'm still missing like important ones like sound, yeah, like I can't really think right now. But yeah, I'm definitely missing a few important ones. But yeah, I have my Autobot, you know. That Jetfire is so awesome. I remember I wanted him so bad, he was out of stock. But then they eventually like redid him. They did reissue him. I was able to get him. He's just an awesome, beautiful figure. Definitely one of my favorite action figures in the collection. But yeah, pretty cool Transformers. Then have the Decepticons, which, yeah, it's probably the grossest shelf because like you see the spider webs, the dust. There's I think even spiders there, which, yeah, I definitely need to clean this. Like, sorry guys. I hope that's why I guess this basement kind of sucks to live in it, because it's like, yeah, spiders are pretty damn annoying. Because at least spiders are less disgusting insects. They're just kind of annoying, but they're like, I guess also the cleanest insects. But yeah, I guess in my next shelf, actually, this, you know, That's kind of annoying how this shelf kind of separates like this. Like, yeah, it's some of them's kind of bent, so yeah, this is kind of annoying, but oh well. Then this is my Power Rangers Lightning Collection display, which I'm pretty, you know, it's this line sort of got canceled unfortunately, like around 2023, I think. So last year no Lightning Collection, neither this year. So it's been 2 entire years without any Lightning Collection figures, which kind of sucks because I really did enjoy this line. Despite the problems, you know, I eventually, you know, it's every Power Ranger stream to have every single Ranger within the same scale, like from Mighty Morphin up to the newer seasons, like. But unfortunately, sort of canceled them, and it's so awkward because there's a bunch of teams that we only have one figure or two. So yeah, I guess it sucks, and hopefully the Lightning Collection eventually returns one day. But who knows? I still have them because I'm holding on hope that one day they'll eventually redo them, like return the line. But yeah, but meanwhile, this is what we're able to make, like Mighty Morphin. Then they completed that team. The Alien Rangers they also did, except for Ninja, they hadn't done him. Also, CEO's complete. Turbo is they only did the Red Ranger and the sort of 2 extra heroes. But yeah, then here they did all of In Space, all of Lost Galaxy. Lightspeed they only did the Blue One Ranger. Time Force only Red and Blue, and they never did the Pink, even though she's probably the most popular Time Force Ranger. But yeah, it's weird. Wild Force they only did Blue and 6. Dino Thunder they were able to complete the entire team, which I'm pretty happy because that's one of my favorite, sort of like Ranger teams and seasons and suit design, especially the White Ranger. Oh my god, I love him. He's like one of my favorite Rangers. Like, I love his design. Also, like we've seen like the Sentai version Upper Kill, there's also such an edgelord. It's like way more edgelord than Trent, but yeah, pretty cool. Then for like they did all of SBT, or almost all of it. They did like all the core 5 and like the sort of the 6 and one of the extras. So they were just like they do 2 more extras, but for the most part I'm pretty happy with SBT. Or PM they only did 1, and these guys, these like the Go Busters or Beast Morphers, they almost completed them. All they needed to do was the silver one, but they admit the line got cancelled before they did the silver one. So the last wave, instead of finishing some of the teams that were almost completed, decided to start off 3 new teams. Ridiculous, but I guess they're not knowing that the line was going to get cancelled. But yeah, I have all of Dino Charge, all the core 5 plus the 6. Pretty happy with Dino Charge. Also recently watched Kyryuger, and that one was pretty good. And half of Dino Fury. And here at the bottom we have some like evil Rangers, like the Psycho Rangers, like the Psycho Rangers figures, which they did all of them, even the extra ones from like the comic, like the green one. I didn't notice. I think the pink's falling. Like, yeah, some of them is kind of falling. I didn't notice until now, but yeah, I need to eventually fix them. Like, it would be nice to fix them. But yeah, we have sort of the A Squad SPT Rangers. They completed that team, so that's cool. That's some comic stuff, like the Boom Studios, like they have like the Ranger Slayer. I think that's her name, Kimberly. It's like one just like Red Rangers from like the army of Lord Dragon, and like the Lord Dragons and the Omega Rangers. Like, it's kind of cool how like Jason, Zack, and Trini, when they left the team, they end up becoming like other Rangers. The Omega Ranger. I'm not sure who the blue one is, but pretty cool pack. Then nice Alpha 5 and Sorta. Then those are pretty cool figures for like sort of Ryu and Chun-Li as Power Rangers. Pretty dope figures. And the bottom ones are just like sort of the monsters and just generals. So the front row have like all the generals. Yeah, all of them. Then the background got like the monsters of the week, which are just all MMPR. But yeah, pretty dope. Like especially like this guy, the Eclipse guy, looks pretty dope. Then the final shelf before we end this video. So this short one, I have this very nice Dragon Ball Z poster, like, you know, with Gohan in the middle, like all 4 Super Saiyans. Yeah. Then here I have my sort of my lightning collection. I mean, not lightning collection. That was that one I was even talking about. My Dragon Stars figures. Yes, here I have like all of them. I have like I think like 22, I think. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with those lines. Yeah, I do not have the SH figure arcs because they're quite expensive, and now if I were to collect them, then that means I wouldn't be able to collect anything else besides those figures. But so yeah, instead I have the Dragon Stars, which, you know, for what they are, for, you know, cheap affordable figures, which you can even get them for like $12 on Amazon. I think they're pretty solid. They're, you know, pretty solid figures, you know. So yeah, pretty happy with them. Of course, here you have in the middle Super Saiyans, sort of like the you know, the main Super Saiyans, and then more Super Saiyans. Then of course you have sort of the villains, so like sort of like the aliens and monsters like Frieza, Cell, Majin Buu, Shinimba, Omega Shinra, Cooler. Then I guess I can say the names of those guys also: Piccolo, Broly, Gohan, Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Mother Goku's, and Gohan, Gotenks, Gogeta. Like some like evil, like Goku Pink, Goku Black. I mean, some other like super villains, you know. So like the Gammas, like GT, you know, sort of like, you know, hybrids and baby, super baby. But yeah, pretty, you know, really like those figures a lot. And, you know, I need to get more. Like, I definitely need to get the Krillin one. Like the Krillin ones, you definitely must get. Like, definitely get those ones also. Plus, I hope they make more like some of the other movie villains. And but yeah, I would love to have the Psychor one, even though he's not a official character. But, you know, Psychor is pretty cool. Then this one have sort of my fighting game figures, have sort of the Tekken ones, which Bandai only did 4 of them. I wish Bandai, you know, Bandai of America would have done more of them. Like, I'm not asking for like every single character with all of their outfits, just like at least a nice set of 12 or 15 figures. But they only did 2 waves, and, you know, I guess it kind of sucks. I hope they eventually make a few more. Like, I'd like to have a few more, but oh well. Then you have the Jada Toys Tekken ones, which Jada has been killing it with the Street Fighter line, you know. And, you know, right now they're doing the roster of Street Fighter 2, which they're almost finished. There's only 5 more figures to go. But yeah, pretty happy with them. And this is how I think companies should do them. Like focus on a specific roster, like, and do like the it, and then move to some different one. Because this was the problem with the Lightning Collection. They're going all over the place. Sometimes it was just too random, and look, it got cancelled. Compared to Jada Toys, which are Street Fighter figures, they're focusing specifically on Street Fighter 2. Then after that, they'll focus to the next game. The next game they're focusing will be the Alpha games. But yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, focus on a specific like roster or like a team. Don't like go over the place. It's just confusing. It makes things worse. Then there's like some my superhero Captain X statue. It's actually one of my PS5 boxes and like some like Funko Pop boxes. But yeah, so yeah, this was basically about it. Like, I think that I showed you guys my entire room, like all the shelves, you know, all my collections, and talked about them. You know, I don't think I really missed anything really. But yeah, this was pretty much about it. And looking at the time, it's about almost 40 minutes. It's, yeah, definitely my longest room tour. Here, as you can see, it would be nice if a poster goes into the store and some like mint and card action figures are displayed here. Like, I think that would look nice because right now it's an empty space. But by the time I don't know, get a cheap poster here, like some mint and card figures here, I think we won't be in this house anymore. So yeah. So yeah, this was pretty much about it. And I guess this is probably the last room tour in this house. Like, Like maybe just maybe next year will actually definitively for next year for sure will be the last one if next year happens, if you know. But yeah, but this one, I'm not sure if this might be the last room tour in this room or the next one, but hopefully it's this one. But if this one's not the last room tour in this house, next year's for sure will be the final one. But yeah, hopefully it's this one. But yeah, oh yeah, I also have my chair. So yeah, this was about it in my room. And I guess before sort of I end this room tour, I think it's just fair enough to show you guys sort of like those two doors, which I have never shown in none of my room tours, so I guess might as well show you guys. So this door is basically just a boiling room, like, you know, a very old ugly boiling room, like, yeah, like, so yeah, it's very kind of like, you know, very, you know, ugly, but yeah, I guess there's really not much to it really. And then this other one, as I said, it's supposed to be closet, but it's very nasty. So yeah, I definitely don't have my clothes here. Yeah, it's just like filled with like sort of like action figure boxes, which, you know, yeah, a bunch of just action figure boxes. Looks pretty gross, which I'll eventually in the summer like go ahead and show all this to the trash. Most of it anyways, but yeah. Yeah, it's just like full of spider webs and like dust, but yeah. As you can see, it's like the Kamen figure right standard, like boxes. Look pretty dope, but yeah. So yeah, this was pretty much about it. I guess I can give one quick glance throughout the room. Yeah, this is the room I see every day. And sometimes I take it for granted really, but yeah, one day this room will just be nothing more but a memory from, and I guess those videos will sort of preserve that memory and, you know, sort of see how my room was before. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Here's my So yeah, that was my room tour. I also showed you guys my closet, you know, because my closet, it's not in my room, it's upstairs. But yeah, I never showed you guys those parts. But yeah, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I want to wish you guys a happy new year, and next year will definitely be a great year. I mean, Spider-Man brand new day will come out, which, I mean, are you kidding me? Like a new Spider-Man movie? But yeah, who's with me right now?